Today I'll be testing Japanese Minecraft build hacks to see if they're really good. This is how you're gonna decorate the outside of your Japanese-inspired base with a Japanese lantern. Take a look at how beautiful and classy this lantern looks. So we're gonna just rotate these, boom, 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 boom. That adds, just get rid of that real quick. And then on top of this, we're putting down a shroomy, covering up with these on all four. And actually, it's not quite done yet. You actually need to stack. This is kind of challenging, to be honest. Yeah, you gotta stand on the ground and crouch to place this bottom layer, but it kind of gives it just a very good look. Now we're gonna turn it to nighttime and just imagine this lining the lake around your base. And on the other hand, you got this, all right? Which one of these is the base that a pro lives at, all right? The torch or the Japanese lantern? I know what I'm picking. It's not complete though. If you just got a freaking lantern, we gotta add a little bit more, and that is where the Japanese bridge comes in. So take a look at this beautiful build on TikTok. This is absolutely stunning. That is the final bridge design right there. I don't know if it's gonna look good when you make it a lot bigger, so we're gonna test it here, but basically it comes in like this. Now, ours is obviously a lot bigger. In fact, it kind of looks like a semi-truck right now, but it's gonna come along, I feel like, probably by the end of this. All right, maybe we even gotta go up a little bit higher. They're actually using, in this build, upside down staircases on the edges of both sides. So that's you don't see upside down stairs too much on these types of builds. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, the more I build, the more concerned I get. It just doesn't look like a bridge yet. It's not bad, actually. It's getting some shape to it. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. They actually use trapdoors to break it up. We're gonna need a lot more trapdoors since ours is a big boy. Basic design of the bridge is done. All right, now we got to get the top of it, and this is where these fence posts come into play, where you actually get the roof here. I think we can just do one at kind of every corner like this, every intersection. It should turn out okay. You know, I'm about at the grand reveal part where I back away and I see what our work looks like so far. It really does actually look really kind of good. I haven't quite finished the side of it or all the details, but it's coming together, and like having the lantern next to it right there on the side really is a pretty clean looking vibe. Finishing touch right here is the lantern. So for us, we'll put it right in the center, and then I think up here, this is what you could have right here. This beautiful Japanese bridge, these amazing lanterns on the side, or you could do what most people do, which is this, all right? Look at both. Tell me which one do you want right now. I think it's pretty clear. One thing we really need to get is a koi pond. Wow, look how pretty this thing looks. It is just peaceful. It's got a floating lantern in the center. The trees here make me feel like a koi pond belongs like literally right in this opening. I mean, it's basically call my name. Something like this probably is good. We don't want to make it too big. And then what's interesting is stone slabs. I don't ever see these being used, but they use a lot of stone slabs, and they actually replaced all the dirt with coarse dirt. So let's do that now. Look at the depth I gave this thing. I mean, that's a juicy looking pond right there, all right? Let's fill it up with some water. Okay, off the bat, it just looks like a regular, I know, you're thinking, it's actually looking like a lighter lake. Just wait, get a little bit of the decoration. I think probably want some of these leaves, to be honest with you. Oak's probably gonna look a little more clean to me. This is what it looks like now. I mean, it does look really good. I like the bamboo as a decoration block. I don't really do that too much. And then we'll add just a couple of smaller little flowers, maybe two more, just to give it a little bit of a detail, and then a path. Before I put the fish in, this is pretty interesting. They extend out these to the very center. Place a lantern. I wonder if I put a campfire. I don't think that's a good look, but I could put the floating lantern in the center, which looks so peaceful right now. That is absolutely beautiful. Let's get some fish in there now. Oh, look at these guys. That is awesome. What a beautiful hack. And as we zoom out and look at what we built so far, you can now see a beautiful koi pond, a beautiful bridge with some lanterns on it. I didn't know where to put this in the video, so I'm just gonna throw it in right here. Doesn't really make sense, but it is a traditional Japanese bathtub. They use these looms to make vents in the floor. They use trapdoors to hold the water, carts so that you can actually sit in the hot tub. We've got the koi pond like here. I feel like it only makes sense then for the bathtub to be next to the koi pond so that you can enjoy it from, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta sit there and enjoy it. Oh, right here, we can make an elevated hot tub, right? That's perfect. I don't know if this is actually gonna make any sense, to be honest with you. I'm just saying, using these blocks as our water holding blocks, I mean, it's gonna be weird. Now what we can do is get some mine carts, not too many, just a few, so that you can legitimately sit inside of it. So we'll do a rail, put two mine carts on the rail, just kind of let those randomly fall in, and now when you go in, you can right click on it, and now you're actually sitting inside your hot tub. Pretty cool. It has actually a pretty good view of everything. I mean, even if you're sitting here, you can still see the bridge as well, but we got to get the vents around it on the outside, so let's vent it up. Vents are in place. We're gonna get a little bit of acacia wood. Ooh, that's placed incorrectly. Gotta fix that real quick. We're gonna place this down off to the side, and what's weird is these actually kind of in a way look like towels. Don't they? Like a little bit of a towel standing straight up. A little fun lesson for you. If you put a barrel upside down like this, and I look at the top of it, makes a really cool floor. I didn't know that. Now all the barrels are placed. We got to go around another time, break all the holes that we've made, and clear this off, and we can see how the barrel floor looks. I'm gonna say that it's actually worth it to do that because the floor looks so good. I don't think the minecarts really look good though. Maybe the inside could be changed to like this wood. Let's try it. Tell me that does not look like a hot tub you would jump into. I mean, I don't know, maybe minus the mine cars, but you gotta sit there somehow. Now you've got yourself a steamy bathtub, but you got no way to keep people out of your land. So this is a way to create a Japanese-inspired torii gate. I don't know if I said those words correctly. Wow, look at this. Look at this build. This is beautiful. I don't know how I'm supposed to make that. I mean, that seems like kind of difficult. No promises I pull it off perfectly, but it looks like we'll start the gate here. So I'm just trying to make the foot of it now, and it seems like there's just like a thing of these, right? 4 of these little fence boys, a block in the center of stone. I am pretty sure this was correct on the bottom. This is a really interesting build. Like, this is the type of thing, if you put any of these in your base, but especially this one, you're gonna be turning some heads, all right? So we actually also need red sandstone fences and acacia fences, blocks that a lot of people just don't use. I would never at least think of using these together, but like that's pretty good. There is another on top, and that is where a trap door comes in of acacia. I think I made this perfectly centered on the bridge. We're gonna have, I mean, this is a survival world I live in at this point. Like, this is coming together. Now we just gotta use, I think it's, yeah, I think that's prismarine. Didn't even know these are blocks people even used. I forgot they were in the game. There's the bottom half. Guys, we're actually gonna be pulling this one off today. At least I think so. I mean, I don't know, man. It could still go wrong. All right, that actually came out pretty well. Pretty awesome walkway inside of this brand new base right here. Maybe it could look better though with a little bit of lantern action. I don't know about you, but I feel like these, if there's ever time to use it, right now is that time. That is so pretty. Look at that. We've got the beautiful gate to walk in. We've got the bridge. Maybe we could put a staircase on. It might be a little easier to walk on. Guess I missed that step. One thing I know that we really need to have as urgently as possible are these pink blossom trees. So take a look. We can make 2 different versions, but they both are really cool. We'll just put them along the side. Why not just like put a couple over here? Like, they're just wild. Look at that little cute guy, all right? We'll put a few of these around the base. I think it looks good, but really what I'm more curious about than this is how good the bigger ones will look. Okay, now they were spreading in a couple of slightly bigger ones. I'm gonna try even bigger than this in a minute. It looks like they're using maybe like a dark oak perhaps for the fence that comes out of it. And then just kind of building like a little bit of a weird tree design on top. That's not right. Yeah, a little something like that. A little bit of flavor comes in. All right, it looks pretty good. We can do a little bit more because we have a little something called world edit. So what I'm going to do is kind of select our region here and try something a little wild. Now you guys tell me what you think of this, but I did world edit and I replaced all the leaves with pink blossom trees. It might be a little bit too much, I think, for us. Maybe we'll do just like a few trees. There we go. So we'll just replace this little corner. I mean, you gotta get one of the big boys in there. I think it looks all right. Now we're going to try to create the Japanese gong, which seems like kind of a hard thing to do in Minecraft. And look at that thing. There it is. Wow, that is gorgeous. What if we made it coming out of the water? Like, wouldn't that look kind of cool if it was like coming out of the water, like centered with the bridge? This is gonna be very good. You're gonna be able to walk across the bridge and have that on both sides of you. It's gonna be slightly off center because this is 5 and that bridge is even and odd, not a great mix up, but most people won't notice. So we're gonna change the colors just a little bit from the original design just to see if it looks better. It might not, to be honest with you, but since we've already kind of got this blue and orange theme, I never thought that these two would go together, and here we are. These two are going together like they're meant to be. This is kind of the beginning of it, and then in the center, we'll just build the actual gong itself, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we can do it. You know what you could do too? I don't know if they did it in theirs or not because I'm not completely watching it from start to finish, but I think you put a bell in the middle, then it's actually like a freaking functional gong, you know? Like, you punch it and now it makes noise. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just trying to like make my own type of roof for it, and I think it came out pretty well. I wanted to try to match the same vibe we had over there, and I wanted to use warped as well. Overall, I think there's a little bit more you could add to it. Maybe, again, a little bit of lantern. Beautiful entrance. You walk onto the bridge, and then to your left, while you're walking, you've got that facing you, which is beautiful. Now, this is another really beautiful Japanese hack that we can make inside of our bases using banners and a lot of stuff we've used some previous builds combining together to make a more unique design. So the vision I have is you've got your main gong right here, then you put your backup boys right behind it and center it in a way that's gonna come out so well. Dang, I like that I learned that red sandstone goes together with these blocks because you wouldn't initially think that it would. So what we're gonna do now is stack this thing up and bring it up to about here and then pop in some, I think we'll go with the blue slabs again. Oh, and then it's gonna be tricky because we're gonna use stairs here to connect to other slabs. This is actually such a cool building technique right here. Then we can take it out like so. Dang, that actually was like kind of a quick build. We'll put another gold block down here, but where it gets kind of cool is we're going to use the loom to try to create a banner. This is gonna be really challenging to do. I'm gonna try to copy the one that was in this video. You know what? That kind of looks like a little sun. I think it needs more red. Okay, I don't really know what this banner is, but I thought it looks kind of cool. So we could actually even place it like around this in the center. It already looks really good. It looks like a bunny, to be honest with you, a little bit. Honestly, I think it looks kind of cool. Like having them all around the water kind of gives it life. All right, how about this? A Japanese swing set that you can put outside, maybe right next to the koi pond we made recently. I think right here is the location. A little bit of deforestation coming in. All right, never hurt nobody. Let's just cut down a couple trees. I like that we're changing all the colors and everything. Like, I'm like,
nah, my colors will look a little better.
Okay, that's the top of your swing set right there. And then on the very, very top, you're gonna have another fence post that goes all the way along it. Gonna pull out those chains right now. These are gonna connect to the actual swing itself. And then I don't know, again, making it out of acacia seems like possibly a bad idea to me, but let's freaking send it. This part actually took me so long to figure out the first time I made one of these because getting them to stack up the right way is actually not that easy. We'll pop down a couple signs. We're gonna keep the warped design. Again, man, I'm happy I can fit warped into any build, to be honest with you. Sides are done. We're gonna get a path block underneath this bad boy. That way it's got the mark where your feet step. Like the fine details really make this thing look even better. And then the last detail you need to add to it is taking some leaves. And since we're already connected to a tree, it'll be kind of easy to naturally expand these around it. As always, pop a lantern, guys. Always pop a lantern. Don't forget that step. It's vital. If you forget the lantern, it's gonna hurt your build, all right? There you go. Bring the banners right over. And I like the idea that they did, which was put banners on the side. All right, and that is a completed swing set. You can't really see it too well, and I think the fish died. All of them, they're all dead. This just fits the theme so well. These are legless chairs. You can sit on the floor with seats like this, and I've never seen anyone actually pull this off in the world. So all you really have to do is put down some carpet and then a trap door behind it, but you can really theme this in such a good way that I think it's gonna look incredible. I think this would be a good spot. We've got all the trees here, all right, so let's try it. I mean, I think it looks good. Even a little better if you stagger it just a smidgen like this. Put a little lantern off to the side, hanging off that tree there. And now you got a brand new seating area. I'm going to give you guys one of my own builds, which I think is going to look really, really cool. You got to do this one creative mode. You're going to need yourself a barrier. I don't know if I'm the only one that's ever come up with this idea. I got to assume I'm not, but take a look at this. Wow, look at that. So we can put lanterns on top of barriers, and that way it looks like the floating lanterns you can send out at night. That looks really, really cool. Peace.